force, your dreams to become a better reality. Force the life that you see for yourself to be the life that you're currently living, right? Force your goals. Force all your accomplishments to be. But whatever you do, please don't force a relationship. Why would you even want to do that to yourself, to them, and all parties involved? Yeah, like you're gonna force a lot of stuff. Like you force yourself to be an entrepreneur. Like, please do that, right? Like, please be your own boss. That's scary, not a problem. Force yourself to do that. Like those certain things that you should force yourself to do. Relationships just ain't one of
them. May the force be with you, but not right there.
Welcome to the Love Is Podcast with your host, that thorny chick, Karen KK Rose, and her co-host, the lovable a-hole, that's right, I said lovable, Mr. DK Walker, where they will be discussing love, relationships, family, life, sex, self-help, and what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. Why? Because love is everything, and everything should be loved. Now to today's podcast.
Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Karen KK Rose, and this is the Love Is Podcast. I'm joined by my amazing co-host, the lovable asshole, Mr. DK Walker.
What it do?
You tell me what it do.
As of this recording, we're still going through the pandemic episode, COVID-19. So, yeah, be safe, be smart. Let common sense rule the day, people. Let common sense, no matter what you read, no matter what you hear, no matter what you see, just let common sense rule today. And by the grace of God, we'll all be fine. This is new to all of us. And by his loving grace, we will get through this.
Amen. Me, on the other hand, not being as social distancing as I possibly can, because I have, in fact, gone to the beauty salon and got my hair done. It looked like a brand new shiny copper penny.
So, okay, before we even begin to crack open this episode, the second episode, by the way, of the podcast, before we even crack, we ain't gonna crack. We need to address the simple fact that, everybody is imploring us to practice social distancing. But you, on the other hand, young lady, found the necessary need to go get your wig whipped right. So what's going on with that? Why did you? The question is why? Like, you didn't so vanity ruled over common sense. How does that work out?
No.
And notice how your voice got real high. So think about when you first said no. You sounded like Scooby-Doo. Exactly. You sound like Scooby-Doo. So you're lying. But please go ahead.
I'm not. Okay, so this is what happened. What had happened was, in the fall, I dyed my hair blue-black, which is mainly blue. So before COVID hit, I was actually due to have my appointment before it all hit. So I went without my appointment. And so my city opened up on Friday, which was the 15th. So I politely text my beautician, who owns her own shop. Shout out to Miata Lee, and, entrepreneurship. Owns her own shop, and so she can very much control her environment. It's not like she works for somebody else, so it's people coming in all day. She did a fantastic job. She wore a mask. I wore a mask. So I still did all the safe social practicing distances. I covered up every last one of these grays that I didn't want.
Right.
Mm-hmm. No.
I mean, I don't care how you spin it. The question was, why did you choose, to get your wig done over being smart? The intro to this podcast was, no matter what we're going through, please be smart, yada, 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 bing, bang, boom, bop, boom. But you, I got to go get my hair done. So how did you justify that in your mind is my question, right?
Nobody had been in the shop. The shop had been sanitized. I asked her what she was doing as far as the cleaning processes and things like that. So it was just me and her in the shop. It wasn't like there was 5 people. It wasn't the typical, old school 5 heads, 5 people waiting. You jump out the chair, you get in the chair. It wasn't that.
Got you. So if anybody that's listening to the podcast, failing to read in between the lines, I'm going to live up to my namesake, which is a lovable asshole. So I'm going to help you to understand what she said. Translation. My co-host is vain as hell. Yep. She's vain as hell, and the shop owner needed money. That's all that translated to. Moving along. That's all it was. It was a business. It was a business transaction.
Listen, now you make it sound like somebody working the corner. Listen, now you make it sound like somebody working the corner. Listen.
I mean, it's a bit. I mean, I got no problem with that either. Yeah.
Listen, this was not on the corner of nothing and nothing. I was in a hospitable, very well business.
I promise you, I'm not. It's just that I open up the podcast, tell people think about it, right? If I can, and this is a joint because it's not a dictatorship, right? Like, matter of fact, if y'all don't know, I'm just along for the ride. This is really Karen's baby. And right, so she's going to allow my ignorance, because I'm bringing ignorance to the show. She's only going to allow my ignorance for so much. So once my ignorance, right. So my ignorance implores me to call her on her bullshit. So in the second podcast, and I am calling her on her bullshit. I smell dookie.
Okay, but how does this differ when we're not on COVID?
Okay, because then social distancing doesn't need to be practiced if we're not on COVID. Like, you're supposed to maintain, right?
So I was overdue for my maintenance, so I went and got maintained. But I will, for the record, I did not go to the mall and go get my eyebrows done. So I'm walking around with really great hair and Chewbacca eyebrows. So I have some good sense. Some.
Okay. So I need you to go to the Love Is podcast page. Let people know where they can find that IG page at. And I want you to post a picture of your hair. And then I want y'all to comment, was it worth it? Like, I want you to, because I know you're the selfie queen. So I want you to take, your best picture that you took of yourself. The one that you said you took two, and you was like, the light had it hit it for the show just right. You remember that joint right there?
That's the one on my Instagram.
Right. So, how selfish of you. Could you put that on our Instagrams? Like, you plotting to get rid of it. It's all right. It's all right. It's quite all right. So
listen, all the ladies came through though.
Yeah. I smell you. Look, I smell you. I hear you and I smell you.
Listen, I got a couple guy likes too. I mean, listen, everybody's happier when I'm happy. I was happy that I'm no longer gray. I just look like a brand new copper penny. So to find this said picture or any other picture that I might post, because I do reside as the selfie queen, is you can find me on Instagram as The Jamerican, which is DAJAMERICAN. You can find our amazing podcast on Instagram as well as the Love Is podcast. The trick is _love_is_podcast. You can find the lovable asshole DK Walker as, very simply, Books by DK Walker on Instagram. And for our Facebook like page, it is the Love Is podcast, no underscore. You just have to look for our logo, which is a red heart that's torn in two with rocking headphones. And if you cannot find it, because there are a plethora of other podcasts with the same name,
How dare they?
I know. You can Love Costs Nothing and Everything, which is all one really long word. I'll give you one guess as to which long-winded individual named it. Wasn't me. And then if that does not work, if you just don't have enough of us, we do have a line that you can text us questions to, tell us or your feedback. That number is 202-715-1645. And again, if that still isn't enough for you, you just feel like we're, missing your comments on Instagram, social media, whatever have you, you can always ask us questions about relationships, parenthood, entrepreneurship, whatever may have you, topics you want to hear about. Things in what the fuck news you want me to address, you can hit up Ask DK at nlpublishingservices.com. That is ENEL publishingservices.com.
Yeah. Make sure y'all weigh in on how much it was needed for my co-host to get her wig done. And when I say wig, she had real hair. I'm not knocking women that rock wigs, but so.
Listen, the fro had to be managed. Boy, wait till I get them eyebrows done. Then y'all really ain't gonna tell me nothing for at least a week and a half. Because listen, the funnier part about it is I was okay with the gray hair for about as long as the tip of my pinky nail. But it's the eyebrows that are bothering me. It's not even my hair. It's the eyebrows.
So we're talking about your vanity supersedes your common sense. Is that what we're saying? I mean, can we call a spade here? Your vanity supersedes your common sense.
I didn't go to the mall like everybody else. I let everybody else go first. I'm not
asking you to justify your actions. I'm just asking you to explain to the people that maybe that, listen to the podcast, and maybe
that
one or two maybe even look up to you.
Look good as I present myself to the world.
Right, one or two maybe looking up to you. One or two be like, hey, if Kern can go out that joint and risk life and limb to get her wig done, so can I. It's worth it
because I risk my life and limb every day at the ER dealing with COVID-19 and all other things, STDs.
So if you're gonna get sick,
wounds, heart attacks, you name it.
Right. So if you're gonna get sick, it's gonna be sick because I'm getting my hair done.
I got my hair done on Friday, and it's now Wednesday. Clearly, I'm fine.
Right. I mean, no, you might be healthy, but you're not fine. I think
the
you're a bit
lies
touched.
you tell.
I think you're a bit touched, but I digress.
Say I'm not fine. But listen, we'll let the Instagram double taps do the talking, sir.
Right. So you make sure you post that picture, right? And not only no. Did you post it on the right? See, Jesus, first signs. First signs, she's losing her mind.
No, this is the coffee is wearing off. That's what this is. So moving right along, you will never guess what I found for What the Fuck News today, sir.
I'm scared to ask.
Oh, it's a doozy. It's better than me going and get my hair done.
Really?
Post-pandemic.
I had fun. Yeah. I had fun with that.
I can tell. It's okay. Shots will be fired later.
It's quite right.
So this one. Woo, Jesus. So this one says, Mom drinks sperm smoothies to fight off coronavirus.
What?
Sperm smoothies to fight off coronavirus. So
hold up, stop. I think because I just got a new microphone and I got a new mic and headphones. So
mic check.
Mic check. 1, 2. 1, 2. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I want to make sure I heard that correctly. Mom did what?
She partakes in on a daily basis. Sperm smoothies. Mm-hmm.
Smoothies.
Mm-hmm.
Does Tropical Smoothies know about this recipe?
Ugh, God, no. And don't defame them either with this foolishness. No. Listen, no, I need to go do a shot.
So think about it. You go. Stop, because we're definitely we're going to dive deep into this whole story, right? Because I know there's a story, but besides that headline, there's a story, right? But think about, I don't know the last time that you've been to Tropical Smoothies and you get a protein shake. They ask you what protein, whether it'd be the whatever in the whey or the wheat, or how you say it. So they need a third option.
Whey protein. Yes.
Whey protein. What's the other one?
I don't know. I only know about the whey one because I think that's the one. I typically, if I go, I ask them not to put all the tornado sugar in there. But the one thing I do go there for is just a wheat germ shot.
Okay, right. I don't even do none of that.
The grass shot, the one that's real green. They literally cut the grass in front of you. That's what I'm drinking.
Not a problem. But think how.
No, do not try to market this. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not, because I know how your mind works. You trying to a small business right now. The hashtag support small business in you is about to say, let me give somebody the business plan. Do not. Tropical Smoothies not listening to you, sir. No.
Nah, because if you think about it, okay.
Like the church mother say, sit down somewhere. Sit down.
Nah, no, but you got to hear me out, right? Think about it. I'm about to.
Nah, go
I'm
ahead.
about to. Look. So,
I'm cutting this straight to your parachute already.
I mean, if you really think about it, for women, of course. I mean, it's kind of hard to say because I don't want to pass judgment and might be, Jesus. But how it chops up, like she's drinking life, right? Speaking. So I'm pretty sure life drinking.
Go ahead. Laugh it up because you can't even get it out. That's a clear fire sign of bullshit. That's when you know you. Listen, you tried. We'll give you an A for effort, but you listen, your business plan is a D. Talk about drinking life. That's not the selling hashtag. That's not the selling byline, sir.
Why not? No. So okay, stop. Because it's a known scientific fact that women that take facials have better skin. Because we're gonna go into her, but before we go into a quick sidebar, it's a scientific fact that women that takes facials have better skin.
Can you not pass off y'all Playboy? I read the editorials on my podcast. It's ours, but right now this segment is mine, and you not gonna pass off the Playboy editorial quote unquote scientific fact.
Not a problem. So not a problem for the female listeners out there that has had a protein mask. Hint, hint, wink, wink. If you had a protein mask and if it has worked wonders for your skin, I need you to write me at AskDK. Like, can you give me the rest of that, please? AskDK at. Can you finish that for me, please?
NLPublishingServices.com. ENEL Send him that. Do not hit me up on Instagram with that foolishness because I'm not retorting.
I need y'all to let me know, is that myth? Is that fact or myth? That's all. I'm not, you don't got to get into details. I'm not that type of guy. I'm not that type of yeah.
Listen, I just know don't even email him. Don't even email him. Do me one better. Text him 202-715-1645. Text him hell to the no. See,
okay, cool. Not a problem. All right. I can't, please, by all means, I need to know.
So can I read this story? So
please do, because I'm pretty sure it gets
it gets better.
Or worse, depends on the way you're looking at it, right?
This one, let me tell you. So I'm not going to say her name. She's 32 years old. She says she has not had a cold or flu for 3 years because of this concoction, which is
drinking life.
Shut up. Made by using donations from her boyfriend, and she takes 3 shots a week. Oh, Lord Jesus, help my life.
Stop. So she
the backstory is she's a personal trainer. She's
I bet she got a 6-pack.
Vegan friendly. She likes her protein snacks. She says this isn't much different to a mother breastfeeding her newborn to give them the nutrients they need. It isn't for everyone, but it's packed full of vitamins, and I haven't had a cold or flu since drinking it in 2017. Here you go. Hold on. I need to touch this for a second. Can I touch this? I also put it on my face to clear up my skin.
See, I didn't even know that was coming. And matter of fact, you can still chime in by texting me. That's text only. Or you can email me, whatever floats your boat. But even before I was asking for to that be validated and verified, right? The lady went ahead and said what I was thinking. Like, when you get done, Miss Kern,
Okay. The remedy has not been verified by the World Health Organization.
What do they know? Honestly, what do they know? They effing up the pandemic of the world today. What do they know? Let a woman have her fine glory with shots of life covering her face. I'm just saying. You gotta love a woman that finds a better purpose than the money shot. Like a man doing the money shot, I feel like a man. I mean, but she's like, okay, you can, but I have other use for that. Like, by all means, do you. Serves a greater purpose.
She continues as it is best to consume semen as close to production as possible to get the most nutrients and benefits. Oh, here's where it gets good. I often store it in the freezer in an ice cream tray as my partner, who does not wish to be named, and I are in a long distance relationship. The quantity depends on how hydrated my boyfriend is on that day. I sometimes have a shot or disguise the taste in a smoothie with fresh berries and bananas.
And she's healthy with it. You got
see, that's why I don't.
Round of applause for whoever she is. A round of applause. I think if I wasn't tired, I would stand up and applaud her. I really would. I really
you stand up and applaud even if you were tired.
Because what it is,
she can't never make me no drink, and I'm not. She
took something.
I don't know. She took something.
I'm not understanding why. Yeah, she took something. She took it and made it work for other areas in her life. I think her being what's the word I'm looking for? Her having ingenuity has to be applauded. I really do. I really think that let's not be judgmental. Let's not do that. She took something. She like, okay, I can serve this other purposes. I can do other things, right? So like, yes, by all means, whatever her name is, however she stumbled upon this concoction, she needs to be, applauded for it.
Concoction, pun intended.
Deeply intended.
Listen, that heifer can. No, you can't make me a drink. You can't make me a smoothie. You can't do. I can't go to your house. Listen, and okay. So, we already know I'm already kind of phobic about going to other people's houses and things like that because I don't know if you clean like I clean and all that. Oh, this solidifies it. Don't go to nobody's house. Don't eat nothing. Listen, just smile and nod.
Right. So we're having fun with this, right? Let's just jokes, people. Like whatever you do, that's cool. We're having fun. But what if you were to actually see her and then you take an inventory and you see like, wow, her skin glows. Like she has a 6-pack and she has all this stamina. Like you got, I mean, wouldn't that at least, pique your interest to try it?
Nope.
Or any woman.
I'll still be fat and happy. Thank you. Can I have cheesecake in the morning for breakfast? I'll wash it down with coffee.
You don't want to wash it down with one of her smoothies?
No. I probably won't drink a smoothie. I probably will not drink a protein smoothie for a minute now.
All right, and
the gym's opening on the 26th, by the way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Yeah, she takes spit or swallow to a whole nother level. You hear me? I'm going to keep it. I'm going to, cook with it later on.
Ugh. Jello.
No, don't do that. No, because I want to ask a million questions, but don't get on the high horse like it's this horrific, right?
It is. Jello.
How is it? Okay, so how can you say let me ask you a question. What makes it so horrific what she's doing with it versus everyday women enjoying healthy sex and then want to take a facial, right? Or want to swallow, right? I'm trying to miss it.
But then there's too many variables. Do they swallow every time?
I mean, I don't know if they knew that you got some that do. Like I'm not married to one of those. Cry for me, Argentina. But
oh Lord,
I'm just saying, like
where's Madonna? Where's Madonna when you need her?
She's probably somewhere scaring somebody. Look, only thing I'm saying is, I'm not knocking her hustle. She took something that had a couple of uses and she took it and she stretched it out. I mean, nothing else you got to applaud her for that. Yeah, I promise you do. And then she might really be onto something, right? Like if she really could prove that this really works, then, she can market it. Now you may think that, my thinking is off, but, I am strange, but I also see possibility in most things. And, like I said, if she can prove that this actually works, man, please get some t-shirts going, a couple of hats. Maybe she can start her own podcast. The joys of sperm. I don't know what she's going to call it, but however you chop it up, get that thing going, girl. Make some money off of it.
Right. My disclaimer is, Tracy, you can always hit up DK Walker at Books by DK Walker on Instagram. You can ask DK at NL Publishing Services, or you yourself can text him your entrepreneurial questions at 202-715-1645. Don't bring it to me. Don't do it. Don't do it. I mean,
we get a business plan going,
Right. Just get a check. That's all I ask for.
Yeah, just a couple people to invest. I mean, you might have to do a couple of test runs to show people their work. We'll talk about it. We'll flesh it out.
Right. Moving on.
Must we?
So I'm talking to my friend the other day. And we were talking about relationships because, of course, my whole crew, shout out to them. My squad is amazing. Whatever I do, if I'm going to write a book, they're for it. I'm going to do a podcast, they're for it. They can't wait for us to release it, da-da-da-da-da. So now they have the abundance of conversations now about relationships because they think I'm going to get on air and bash their ex or my ex or whomever's ex. It's not always the case. That's not my position in life. Sometimes it will be, but not today. So my friend shared with me that he was in a relationship, which I knew of, but I hadn't known that they were separate, that they had broken up. So he proceeds to tell me that they broke up via text. And he sent me the text, DK Walker. And this
sounds like you have some tea to spill.
Whew, it's not even tea. It's not tea. But when you get it, you kind of are scalded by it. That I will say. So again, I knew he was dating her. He's, from my standpoint, he's a great guy. He's very, he's into music, plays for the church, knows a lot about life. He's very well versed in life. He's a very, well-rounded human being. Those are the things that you wish for. You don't want somebody who goes on a date, talks about themselves and rah, rah, rah. So this is what she said to him. They were going back and forth in the conversation, but the part where she got to the breakup is the part he sent me. She said, I'm not other people. I don't want that kind of relationship. You are the one that got your emotions all into this, and I'm not. You're a great person, and I like you, but I told you I don't get attached. I'm honestly not the girl for you. This is where it gets interesting. You like fancy dinners and dates, poems and love letters, opening every door, and there are girls who like that stuff, but that's not me. She went on to say that you are the total package of what a husband should be, and that any ideal woman would want to have. I've just been alone for so long that I can't let someone do things for me. I'm just not ready. I wasn't ready for a relationship, and I shouldn't have said yes knowing I wasn't ready. I'm sorry. That is a mouthful. Now, I will give her kudos. They were only dating, I think, 3 months. And this was not, I don't think, at the full third month mark. Excuse me. That's a lot. That's a lot to give to somebody. As a woman giving it to a man, that's a lot. From the independent woman standpoint, that's a lot. To, supposedly have the dream guy, the guy that, you ask women what they want, and this be it, and she say, nope, I don't want it. Like, she opened the gift, said, nope, returned to sender. She took that gift receipt, and she took it back. And I don't know what she got. She could get a thug for all I know. I don't know what she was in this life, and I'm not trying to be judgmental. But that was her standpoint.
I actually like her better than the sperm gurgling chick. I really do. Like, I don't know who she is, but I'm a major, like, I'm a huge, I don't even know who she is. I promise you I don't. Like, this is just, like, y'all hearing this for the first time. I'm hearing this for the first time. Like, I'm going to tell you what, I'm a huge fan of her because of her honesty, right? You probably, a woman will hear those characteristics being read by a man and think like, my God, that's my ideal man. And like, I'm going to be in a relationship with him because he does everything. He fancy dinners, he opens doors, things of this nature. He really caters to. He knows how to wine and dine a woman. And this young lady, I'm assuming she's young, definitely got to be younger than me. It says like, that's cute. I promise you, you're husband material through and through, but you're just not for me. Reason that I became an instant fan of her is because of her honesty. Like, to know where you are in life and be like, nah, I'm a pass. That says a lot about who you are. And so this is the road I'm going to travel. I'm going to tiptoe because I don't want to start putting stuff out and be wrong. Like, I'm not going to be perfect on this podcast, and I'm going to be I'm going to be offensive, but I don't want to offend anybody. Smart people know the difference. And what I mean by that is she knew that wasn't for her, where any other one would hear his attributes and be like, God has answered my prayers, whatever shortcomings he has, I'm going to work with. And she, on the other hand, was like, that's not my lane. And she was honest enough to be like, I'm going to let you go because that's not my lane. And I think what happens in a lot of relationship is a person will take those attributes and be like, yep, that's everything I'm looking for. And they'll overlook every red flag and they'll deal with that because the upside is so great. And which is cool. That's not a problem. But she was bold enough and honest enough to be like, I don't want none of that. The perks are great, but the perks doesn't outweigh what I need in my life right now. And so you really got to take your hat off to her to be willing to be honest with that, with herself and more so with him. Now, I'm pretty sure he felt a certain type of way because I'm pretty sure he knew he was a catch. And nothing hurts a man's ego worse than being a catch and not wanting to be caught by it. Like you a catch, but I'm gonna toss you back. Like, women, as much as y'all go through the rigmarole of putting on clothes, taking clothes off in the morning time, beating your face to death until you look just right, or holding the camera angle just right with the sun glaring a certain type of way, with the fan blowing and whatnot, and the right mood music playing before you take that doggone selfie, right? Men egos are 10 times more fragile than that. I promise you, we messed up, right? You go to a club, men is always at the bar getting that liquid courage in them, before they even attempt to ask a woman to dance. Like, I'm just giving y'all the game. Some men probably kill me for this. They'll be all right. So I said all that to say this. He probably heard that information and was like, what? Hold, stop. I'm a catch. You don't want me? But what he needs to do is actually, either call her back, text her back, send her some flowers, not on some please give me another try, just to say thank you. for saving him from being with somebody that didn't want to be with him in the first place, instead of going through with the process to be with him for whatever financial gain that she can get. So I'm a huge fan. Like, I'm a bigger fan of hers than the smoothie chick.
I give her a lot of kudos for being honest about it, because a lot of people aren't. A lot of people would have kept going on in a relationship, getting, what they don't want versus what they want, and then still being happy. And then it gets toxic and it gets kind of volatile, because, I feel like when you're in a situation where you're not getting what you want, you get to a stage where you just one day, it's like a pressure cooker. Like, it's just, you're just holding it in, that one day the top just blows off. And so I understand her standpoint from being independent, because I've said this to you, I've said this to my girlfriends. I'm at the stage of life now where dating me is probably difficult, because I've worked my behind off to get the house that I have now. I've worked my behind off to pay off my car and do all these things that you're quote unquote supposed to do in a relationship.
You can say ass, it's okay. You say ass. You worked your ass off.
I did. I worked my ass off to get my credit score to where it is. I worked my ass off to pay off the credit cards. I did it by myself. But these were things that you're supposed to, quote unquote, supposed to do, as you're getting ready for marriage or after you're married. So now that I'm 36, I'll be 37 in September. I'm at that precipice of being 40. Like, okay, you come through. Excuse me, I know what it is to buy a car. I know how to do it. I can go do it myself. If I want to go buy another house, I know how to do it. So the things you're supposed to do together are supposed to bond you together. I've already done it. If you don't know how to do that, I don't know if I'll necessarily have the patience to walk through that phase with you.
Okay. But what do you say? Like, I need you to, and that's cool, right? Because I can't speak. Anytime I speak, I'm speculating, because it's not me. I'm not in that situation. So I can only speculate. I'm speculating from a man's point of view. If you can speculate on her, what had to be going through her mind for her to actually draw that line in the sand and be like, you know what, as beneficial as this could be to me, I'm going to go ahead and walk away. Like, what do you think forced her to be honest? Because like if it was me well, not with him, but if it was me and it was a female that was offering all of that, I'm like, okay, like, that's the upside. How bad is the downside? Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna see if I can rock out for a minute. Like, I'm just gonna see. And I know that's selfish, but I'm just telling you where I'm at. That's how I became a huge fan of hers, for the simple fact she was like, you're offering me the world, right? But what you're offering, I don't want. And that's kind of hard to comprehend. And please remember the question I just asked you. I definitely want you to touch upon that. But that's kind of hard to do, right? Or hard to comprehend. It's like, you got a person that's willing to give you everything, and for you to honestly don't want it, that's kind of hard to understand, because we think that women want everything. We think that if I got money, I'm a gentleman. I'm laying this pipe down in the bedroom. Your mama love me. I get along with your kids. You think like, oh my God, like, this is Mr. Right Times too. And she like, I'm good. And so some people out there that listen to this may think that, she doesn't want from anything. No, she wants for everything. She just doesn't want from everything that what he's offering. So I need you to walk me through and talk to our listeners about, what would make a woman walk away from what sounds like, an ideal guy.
She said it. She said, you went in with all your emotions, and I told you I don't get attached. So, and the other thing she said is you started to call it a relationship, because when they got together, he was like Facebook official it. And so she was like, you wanted a relationship. I didn't. She could be coming out of a bad breakup. She may be the type of, huh? Or
she can have that snapper, or she could have that comeback, and then he got hooked. And yeah, that's what happened. He had Eddie Murphy
put it on him, and right. But she could be coming out of a bad breakup. She could be a good girl that likes bad boys. She could just not be ready. And that's, she's really using her time or the phase of life she's in right now to just learn about her, because it's hard to be in a relationship and you can't be in a relationship with yourself. You don't know what you want. I can tell you what I don't want, but I can't tell you what I do want.
Okay.
Because she said a lot of I don't want, but she never said this is what I want. Well, it's clear that she don't want him. She don't want him and what he came with. So what she does want, she might not know, or she might know.
And I think that's to come all jokes aside. I think that's why I'm like, I don't know her, right? But I'm a huge fan. And the reason I'm a huge fan, it's okay not to know what you don't want, but to since you don't know what you do want, it's okay to regard what you don't want. Even what was being offered to you seems like what everybody else would take. Like, nah, I'm good. That speaks like I promise you that speaks in this day and age. Do you know how hard it is to okay, I've been married to Grip, so let me go and clean this up, before y'all be reading about me in the news that my wife killed me, because she'll, I promise you, she'll twist this some type of way. So let me go in and put a caveat on this if I don't do anything else. It's been a minute since I've been in a dating scene. Speaking to my friends, co-workers, the whole nine, it's not like we're looking at great people across the board that don't got a whole lot of shit. So the trick is to deal with the person with the least amount of shit. That's the trick. And listen to what she texted him. It seemed like he didn't have no shit at all. He had a couple of pebbles. That was it. That he was emotional and that he was attached. Right? That's all it seemed like he had. So in everybody else's eyes, he would be deemed a great catch. But once again, what's the use of being with a great catch when that's what you wasn't fishing for in the first place? And I think we're in most relationships now where people get it twisted at as they okay, I got something good and I'm going to work with it. Like, nah, if you can hold on to your non-negotiables, right? If you can be like and steadfast into what you want or where you're at in life, it may hurt you right now. Going to bed by yourself may hurt, right? Because you want to be with somebody. Going out or not having that person to spend time with, to build memories, experiences, all that stuff may play a part. But as long as you don't let what you don't have right now force you into decisions of getting something that you can honestly, do without because you're not ready or it's not exactly what you want, although a lot of people will break their necks to get it. Once again, man, it speaks volumes to who she is as a person. And I think we all need to, if nothing else, emulate her honesty in the process of where she's at herself. And I see you got a lot to offer. I just don't want none of it. That I promise you that speaks a lot. Cause I'm speaking from past experience. Like I've been in relationships where I'm like, the upside was great, but the red flags was crazy. I'm like, and then, I don't want it. And the other thing is I was also in relationships whereas I was mature enough to deal with it. And I should have walked away when I was not being honest, where I was cheating, where I was doing all these wild cowboy crazy shit. Like, let me be man enough. And I was a kid at the time, but I'm okay. I was in my 20s, still a kid, was mature. If I was mature at the time, I would have saved her a lot of heartache. Maybe still remain friends, matured, and then double back, and then seeing how far we really could have went. But being as though I wasn't mature, and I'm trying to let me go ahead and lock her down, but still do me. So I'm doing both of us a great disservice.
Mm-hmm. But I like what you said. Why? But you said, I have something good, but why should she settle for good if she thinks or knows the greater is out there?
Yeah, this is true. I mean, and a lot of people won't do that. They're not designed that way. They just think that I need to go ahead and jump on what's offered right here and now. You don't. You have to. It's a very old saying. When one bus goes, another one is sure to follow. It's an old saying, but it's true. It's more than one fish in the sea. There's billions.
Right.
If you just take a little time out to wait, what's meant for you is coming. Like, okay, this is a very old saying, very old adage, but what's meant to be yours, nobody can stop it. Like whoever life that you're meant to intertwine with, you're going to get there one way or another. You can't alter destiny. You can't alter fate.
That's true.
Right. So right about now, let's say that old boy wasn't the one for her. And he go with a wounded, because it's an ego thing, speaking from a man, like, I'm hurt right now. You supposed to be hurt. Because it's ego, because I got a lot, you know what I mean? Cool, not a problem. But who's saying because she was smart enough and woman enough to wait and put a pause on that, like then whatever it is that she needed to do, and now she may be ready for what he has to offer, and then she can double back, and then she can go in like, okay, I'm ready to accept what you're willing to give, and then now they have a better chance at reaching their happily ever after, and then instead of her getting a relationship with the bullshit, no, like this ain't what I want, but I'm gonna go in and play with it anyway.
Right. And then the thing about it is too, that he's been married and he's divorced. So he's going to be very particular about not only what he offers, but what he gets back in return, because he's done it before. He knows what it is to be in a relationship and, not get what you need and not get what you want. And then now you're starting over again. So he's going to be very definitive about what he wants and needs, as well as the other person should be. I'm not mad at her at all. Does a part of me think that maybe she's slightly crazy because she, did project and, describe all his great attributes. However, the better part of me says, but like there was more that she could have said or should, or maybe wanted to say, but just held back. Like, just spare his feelings. I'm not going to go in on you. I'll just say, this is what you do. This is what I don't want. And she left it at that.
That's that old thing. It's not you, but it's me, but it's really you. Yeah. But I'm going to say it's me so it don't hurt as much.
Right.
I mean, that I definitely sense that from what you read, but like, however you chop it up, like she like I said, once again, and I don't mean to be the dead horse, but that's the only way you get glue. She was woman enough to be like, this is not what I want. And I promise you, like right now, okay, somebody that's listening to my voice right now probably wish that they were man enough or woman enough to be like, you know what, as great as I think you are, you're not what I need and or want at this particular time in my life. Like somebody that's up watching TV right now that may hear this later on is going to think the same thing. Like somebody's going to hear this, going to look over at their mate and is going to have that moment of reflection and be honest and be like, I should have. So like you gotta be like, okay. And so for the people that's in that deep in, that's not married, that doesn't have, mortgages, that doesn't have car notes, that doesn't have kids, because those people are in. So there's so much more tying them down. It takes a lot. It's a lot of work right there. But for the people that's just in the courtship stage or the dating stage or the getting to know you stage or just the earliest shit stage, I don't care. As long as you don't got nothing that's holding you down, nothing but just feelings and early feelings at that, then if that person really is not right for you and you know it, like it's okay to have that conversation and find a way to get out, because by you, at least thinking that you're going to see what's up with them, you're doing them a disservice because you're wasting their time, and then you're holding yourself up for what's meant for you, because that person is not meant for you. So you in the way, you blocking your own blessing. Like you on your knees every night praying to God, like, oh God, if you could just send me X, Y, and Z, I promise you, God. God, like, man, do you know how much time I don't like you, how many prayers I give with the bull crap? Like, I don't, God might cuss, I don't know. But he probably said, I'm tired of listening to, and then like, I can't give you what you asking for because you with somebody that you don't even want to be with. So you don't say that you're lonely. So you not like, I'm not looking out here like I'm needy. Like what? Like you got to be honest with yourself and let that go. And what you've been praying for and I got for you, but you won't even get out your own way for vanity, for ego, for being alone sake, for worrying about what somebody else thinks sake. Like and that goes for dudes too. Like I'm not only talking to women. I'm not, no, I promise you. That goes for like men, we pray. Like, I don't care, bullshit ain't nothing. We hit our knees, we pray. And we be praying like, God, I need a woman that's go ABC, right? But you laying up on old girl couch because old girl, like, letting you stay up that joint rent free as long as you put dick in her. Like, what? But you praying for a wifey, but you over here just putting dick on somebody that's going to let you, like, stop. Like, it's all right. Like, go struggle, dude. Like, go be a man. Go get your own spot. And if you can't go get your own spot and whatnot, like, okay, cool, just be honest with her. This ain't working. Can we be roommates? Like, how have it got to turn out? Like, if that person that you're currently with and you don't got deep ties with, then have that conversation and then move around to the point where open yourself up to receive what's meant for you. You're going to be old and gray talking about, I wish I coulda, shoulda. And by that time, what was meant for you has been given to somebody else that definitely deserves it.
Right. And part of the conversation he and I had was he was joking around and he said, KK, I wish I was like you and could be friends with my exes. And I said, I have no beef with my exes. I have no animosity towards them. At the time of the breakup, did I? Yep. Did I probably wish a death or two? Yep. But I said, now that I've grown up and I'm removed from the situation and some of them are somebody else's problem, I'd be like, I'm thankful for them because I had to grow in love. I had to grow into what I wanted and what I didn't want. And the one everybody kind of likes to reflect back on is the one I was going to get married to the second time. And so, because I've been engaged twice. So the second time I was married, was going to get married, had the registry done. We were living together. the whole shebang. And when he and I broke up, I was a little nuts at the time. I broke some glasses and things of that nature. But I said, the thing about him that I tell everybody is he is a great guy. He really, really is. He has the best heart. He's kind, he's sweet, he's compassionate, but he's a nice guy, but he's not my guy. And I said, that's the best way I can sum it up. He is probably the moon, the stars, and sky for somebody else who will take him and all that comes with him and rock out to life and have an amazing life. But for me, it just doesn't work.
Okay, so let's explore that a little bit, right? So with all that being said and whatnot, how do you go about choosing or knowing when somebody is right for you, when they seemingly have all the right attributes that, a woman's looking for? How do you make that call?
Now or then?
Both.
Back then, I don't know. I didn't know then what I know now. So back then, yeah, I'm getting there. I know me better. And my thing about that situation was I stayed longer than I should have. And it wasn't that it was abusive. He's just not that guy. He's not an abuser. But
so there were things.
Yeah. I can Tina in the back of the limo. No, I was not beating him, but there's a way that I go about life and there's a way that I do things. And I'm very ambitious. I'm very stubborn, very hard-headed. Go to the beat of my own drum. I have to figure things out for myself, but I'm a go-getter at the end of the day. And I will get done what I say I'm going to get done. He's not that way. He's a procrastinator. He doesn't always make like the best financial decisions. So when it all kind of came out in the wash, I was like, I was going to tie my life to you forever and ever, but you act like a child in certain situations. In this situation, you're very mature, but in this situation, and so it was just unbalanced. Like I would be forever having to say, hey, can you clean up behind yourself? Hey, can you not leave your socks? And, for men, they're like, oh, that's nagging. It's not. You being financially responsible is something that you should be doing solo before you get with somebody else, because when the two become one, you make a choice as are our finances together or are they separate? In that case, I would have to make sure that our finances were separate. However, you going to affect my credit score and all that kind of stuff. That's not cool because you make poor decisions.
Interesting. I don't know. However you chop it up, at the end of the day, you just got to be smart about your movements, and then that's just it. You have to be smart, meaning that you're thinking, and we know that dealing in any relationship is definitely like emotions are running high when you should just be logical. And I know to some people that's going to sound cold, right? But I think there's a dose of being frigid is needed in all aspects of a person's life. It allows you to remove the emotion and look at it for what it is and not what your heart longs for it to be. I'm looking at this for what it is, and not only looking at A, I'm looking at B, I'm looking at C, I'm looking at D, I'm looking all the way down the line. I'm projecting. That's what that's called. I'm projecting what this is going to be. And if what I'm projecting is not, equaling up to what it should be, then, I need to make some decisions. And one of those decisions should definitely be breaking up, ending this. To save myself heartache, to save you heartache. It's like the end of the movie on I'll tell you in a hot second. It's one of my favorite joints, Inception. Well, my man was at the end of the beach and they was talking about, waking up being old men filled with regret. Like nobody wants to be in that relationship. Nobody wants to wake up looking across the pillow and both of y'all fake like you sleep, but y'all staring at each other and it's dark so you can't see them, but that they wake and they looking at you and you looking at them. And you sitting there like, damn, it's going on 15 fucking years. And you laying there with regret. Like why would you even want to do that to your future self? Like what you do now is not for you now. You may receive some of the benefits of it now, but your actions now is going to directly affect the future you. And so if you love you as much as you should love you, then everything that you're doing now should be for the betterment of the future you. Being in a relationship that that's not right for you is actually doing a huge disservice, great harm to the future you. So if you're going to be on some love, the Love Is podcast, some love shit and love you, love yourself enough to take care of yourself now and protect the future you in the process.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because now I'm looking at him 10 years later because we do have a daughter together and we do have grandkids. And there's certain things now that are coming up with our grandson that that are interesting. And I'm like, and I just kind of like groan internally because I'm like, this is the same dude that when my daughter was growing up, this is the same crap you did with her. And now I'm trying not to do that. You know, there's certain things I feel like when you go from parent to grandparent, you try to not do the things that you did with your kids that were mistakes with your grandkids. You try to teach them a better way because you've learned and you've evolved. And there's things that he does with the grandson that I'm like, this is exactly the same guy I stopped dating 10 years ago. Like, you have not moved the needle in life at all. You still make the same bed, poor health decisions, poor financial decisions, poor life decisions in general. And so there's times where I'm looking like, oh God, I feel like Beyonce. Thank God I dodged a bullet.
But you see how? Go ahead.
As much as I have love for him, I'm just like, this is who I was going to tie my forever to, and how frustrated and upset I would be. Did it hurt like hell when I left him? Absolutely. But do I thank myself and the powers that be who led me down that road? Absolutely.
For sure. But you see how the 10-year-ago you, like, once again, no matter the pain, no matter the hurt, no matter the you being uncomfortable, by you making that decision, now you're because you wouldn't have been able to have great credit. You wouldn't have been in the position to buy your own house. You wouldn't be in the position to, rocking your own podcast. And thank you for allowing me to be on your podcast. You wouldn't be in a position of being, the creative director of nlpublishingservices.com. You wouldn't be in that position because you'd have been in a position of being in a bad relationship. And we know that, home life, if home life is bad, it's going to spill out into every aspect of all your relationships. So home life is bad. You're going to suck at work. You're going to be that girlfriend that's always having this look on her face that don't want to go home. Your kids is not going to get all of you because there's going to be a part of you that's going to be wishing like, oh God, why did I do this myself? Like, I seen the handwriting on the wall and, I chose to ignore it, like I can't read, even though it was written in cursive, right? And some people can't read in cursive, right? But most people that's old enough can read cursive. Handwriting is on the walls, written in cursive. Like, you can still read it. It says, do not enter, but you kick the doors off the hinges and talking about, ta-da! Really?
Ta-da! Right.
Exactly, in your underoos. So you standing there like a superhero in your underoos, thinking about you about to take.
Listen, what day is today? But the ones that say Wednesday.
Exactly, right.
The ones that say Wednesday.
You standing there with your hands on your hips and whatnot, like you Captain Save whatever. What I don't know, and what you're doing is you're killing the most valuable asset that any person has, and that's time. Because what you're doing at that present time in your life, you're wasting that time till you catch up and you finally make that realization that this person isn't for me. So taking this back full circle, then going towards how we started with this, like the young lady that was like, look, you're great in all these areas, but your greatness does not equate to what I want. I may be a mediocre chicken. I may want a mediocre man. Listen to me. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not here on no Bible tip. I'm not none of that. But what I'm telling you, one thing I do subscribe to out the Bible, it strongly talks about being evenly yoked. And okay, let's keep it a buck, because I'm not going to usurp God's authority. That's not my cup of tea. I'm a little off, but I'm not that off. I joke and play, but look, so maybe you won't get perfectly being yoked with somebody else, but it's your job, your responsibility to get damn close. Like, if I'm not going to be perfectly and evenly yoked, I'm going to get damn close. It's possible. I'm not going to get with somebody and the yoke don't even fucking close. Like, what are you doing? Like, the yoke don't even close. We can't even join. And you wonder why your relationship is all over the place. The yoke don't even close. Like, you going in one way, she going the other way, and the kids is just running crazy. And you like, I wonder why my life suck. Your life suck and whatnot because you went into this dog relationship knowing that this is not what it's supposed to be, but you trying to force it. Like, you have to understand, if you got to force anything when it comes to a relationship, I promise you it's not what it's supposed to be. You like force a lot of things. Force your dreams to become a reality, right? Force, your dreams to become a better reality. Force the life that you see for yourself to be the life that you're currently living, right? Force your goals. Force all your accomplishments to be. But whatever you do, please don't force a relationship. Why would you even want to do that to yourself, to them, and all parties involved? Yeah, like, you're gonna force a lot of stuff. Like, you force yourself to be an entrepreneur. Like, please do that, right? Like, please be your own boss. That's scary, not a problem. Force yourself to do that. Like those certain things that you should force yourself to do. Relationships just ain't one of them.
May the force be with you, but not right there. But another step further with that, though, is this. And I have some respect for her. And I have a lot of respect for the girl because I'm not upset with her in any way because I don't even know who she is. But the thing that the thought that kept coming back to me was, as women, we fall in love with a man's potential and not who he really is. So what we are taught old school was, you got with a man and you helped him be who he's supposed to be.
You said that.
And
you said that. You said that right there. Oh, that's mean, Johnny. That's mean. That's that. Oh,
but it's the truth. We will fall in love with a man's potential because we see him and we're like, oh, I don't like the packaging. But if I change the packaging, it'll be what I want. And he doesn't have the job. But if I push him and I make him to be what I want him to be, then I'll get what I want.
You can't force. That goes back to what I said. You can't force.
Yeah, you cannot.
Right. You said something so like I don't like. Right. You number 5'5", but you was deep. This I can't wax deep. I can only wax wide because I'm 5'7" and I'm fat. So I'm gonna wax wide. Look, what you said was a beautiful thing. You fall in love with the potential. Lord have mercy. You fall in love with the potential, right? But you have to understand it wasn't that. A lot of times potential is never realized. Like you fall in love with the potential, but the potential a lot of times, more times than not, is never realized. So you still waiting. Like he's going to get it. He's going to put it all together. And once he put it all together, I'm going to be right here with the pom-poms cheering him on because I was here and I helped him get here. I'm going to force him to fix his credit. I'm going to force him to be an outstanding man. I'm going to force him to be an outstanding lover. I'm going to force him to do all these wonderful things. Because I see the potential now. Like you don't even love the person. You love the potential. And the potential is something that's not even real. Like the potential doesn't become real until it's realized. Like when they become a great man, when they become a great, let's flip the coin. Or when she becomes a great woman, when she becomes a great mother, when she fixes her credit, when she gets her own house, when she becomes a CEO. Like, okay, it went from like the potential to now it's realized potential. It's something you're going to go put your hands on. It's tangible. Mm-hmm. But you got the audacity to go fall in love with something that's not even fucking real. Have you lost your mind?
It's in the Ken and Barbie doll life. 2.0.
Like I don't get it. Like I promise you I don't. Like, and I'm so let's talk about potential, right? And potential. I had the potential to be a great student. I tried hard once, got A's, stopped trying. I can do it. Let me stop. Potential. So if you see me like he could be smart if he applied himself, you damn right. If I applied myself, but I never did. So if somebody was counting on me to be like this genius, they'd have been waiting a mighty long time. You know what I mean? A mighty long time. There's mistakes that I've made in my doggone life, and you look at me like, so his potential didn't match his mistakes. But what I'm trying to tell you, like, if you're gonna fall, look at for what it is and not for what you want it to be, and then help them in that area. Don't help them in the area for what you want it to be. Help them in the area for what it is. That's tangible. You can grow from there. You can't do nothing for a person. You cannot. What's the old adage? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. It's nothing you can do for a guy or a woman if they don't want to do it for themselves.
Right.
And you get frustrated at them when you should really be mad at yourself, trying to once again force, a square peg in a round hole and without lube. And like, what are we doing?
And then what's crazy is that you'll leave that relationship, go into the next relationship, and then it's like this. It's like Acrimony. If you've never seen that Tyler Perry movie, if you've never seen Acrimony, go watch it. It's a really good movie. But you get in the next relationship, and then all of a sudden they flourish
because you've been prepping them. Like think about it. You've been on their head the whole time. You've been on their head. You need to do this. You need to do that. And then let's be 100. 9 times. This is going to hurt somebody. Somebody's going to hear this and be like, it's going to sting. And my job is not to hurt you intentionally, but my job is to go ahead and reveal whatever truth it is that you may catch while listening to this. Like, so what it was they never reached their full potential because they realized that by reaching they didn't want to reach their full potential because of the partner they was with. Mm-hmm. Like I'm capable, but I'm not going to go there because I'm with you. And as long as you here, I can't, because I really don't want to, just like you with me for potential, I really don't want to be with you. So I'm going to drag my feet. But as soon as me and you go our separate ways, I walk a little straighter now. I got a better paying job, fixing my credit. And I got me the female that I want. Like you right now. So what happens is I got me a female that I'm dealing with a female that, I kind of need, or she kind of need me. But it's kind of crazy how men work. And I don't mean to be the mouthpiece for men, but we go harder for what we want than what we need. Right. So we'll see a female and she's whatever's pleasing to his eye. It's like, I'm going to go hard for that because I want that. And the woman that he needs, he's not going that hard for. We're kind of ass backwards that way. So women, you need to find out where you at in your man's life. Does he need you or does he want you? If he wants you, he'll move a mountain. If he needs you, he's going to treat you like I need you, but you'll be there. It's all right. But if I want you, it's a difference. I want you. I want you. It's a difference. Yeah. It's like when you got like you can, when a man want a woman and she's like I got a man, kick rocks, or you not my type. He don't like when I want you. It's like whatever you're talking about, I'm gonna wait, and that's wrong. I'm gonna wait. And I'm going to pray that you break up with your husband. I know that sounds cruddy, but that's life. Mm-hmm. I'm going to wait until you, and I'm going to keep just chipping away at this. And then one day you're going to, let me get this fool a shot. Why? Because I want you. So when you got a man that needs you, he going to be like, okay, I'm going to slow walk this. But when he wants you, he going to move mountains. Like he'll see a bad female and he'd be like, okay, because like I want her, I'm going to do the things I think needs to be done that she'll maybe be attracted to. I'm going to, do whatever needs to be done so she'll be attracted to me. So my want for her will be reciprocated. And now she'll start to want for me. When we should be always operating out of need anyway. Because wants is fleeting.
Right. And I've posted that before, that I'm at that stage of life now where I want somebody. I don't want to be needed. If you need me, then we definitely are not to be together, because you needing me feels like for me that I'm going to have to baby step you the whole rest of the life that I've already caught up to. Like, no, nobody, handheld me and got me to where I'm at. Do I have a great village? Yes. Do I have, parents that I can ask questions to in a village I can, refer to? Hey, I want to buy a house. How do I do that? I want to get a car. How do I do that? There's certain things that, I can go to them for, or, if all else fails, there's YouTube University, Google.com, Ask Siri, Cortana, whatever you got. But no, I think you get to a certain space in life, and I don't know if it comes by age or it comes by experience, if not both, that you just get to the place where you're like, listen, I don't want you to need me, because you needing me sounds painful. You needing me means there's a whole lot of me that I'm about to give up that I don't want to sacrifice. But if you want me, we're good.
Ooh, I desire. So think about it. When you want something, you desire it, right? I desire you. Right, because like your kids need you. Like I got a daughter, she's 10, she needs me. Like she'll like she'll probably need me to like the day that I die, and that's cool because I'm a father, right? So that's a different dynamic, right? But I'm married, and I pray that as long as I'm married, that in some form, shape, or fashion, that my wife wants me. Now, when the day she stops wanting me, and the day I stop wanting her, we're gonna have problems, right? When it comes to I need you, no. I know that we joined one union under God and all that jazz, but like I need you to always desire me. Right. Nobody wants to be in a relationship where they're not desired. Right. You don't want to be in a relationship when I don't give a damn if you put on a few pounds. I don't give a damn if you got a few gray strands of hair here and there. Everybody wants to be desired. Everybody wants to be wanted. I know it's pronounced wanted, but everybody wants to be wanted. And the day that it stopped wanting, it's like all the rest of that stuff it goes out the window. Now you're on a set routine. So whoever that young lady is that understood from the gate, this ain't it. This is that could have been it for a lot of people. It ain't it for her, man. Shout out to you, man. Like, like ladies, like you really need to take a playbook, take a page out of her playbook if you do nothing else.
She did him a service, whether he feels that way or not.
Facts. No matter how much he's crying, no matter how much his ego was hurt, no matter how much he feels as though he got played, because he probably thinking, I didn't took this bleep out. I didn't did this for her. I didn't like, okay, cool. You was going to do that for anyway. It ain't like, you took out the dinner she ate by herself. You ate too. So right. Don't be mad and look at all the things that you did do for her. Look at it to the fact that like, you shot your shot and she did, like you said, exactly how you said, she did you a huge service by like, you know what, go and go quietly.
Go quiet. Say go with God. Go with God.
Yeah, go with God, like, and God gonna go ahead and like, come here, my child, please cry here. And like, as you crying, and all of a sudden, soon them tears, right. Soon them tears get about your eyes and you see what was meant for you. You will see what you want.
Hopefully everybody ain't that bright. Some folks got to bump their head 102 times.
The least.
To say the least. So let's tie this all up. A bow as big as you want it to be. This is the end of the podcast. We want to thank you for joining us yet again, another time, round 2, for our second episode of the Love Is podcast. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to spend some time with us. We're going to kick this off with our Love Jones of the day.
True. This is where I close this show, and I'm supposed to wax deep before I even fake like I'm waxing deep. I'm just talking, y'all, having fun doing it. Yo, I need you to do me a favor. Like, Karen, could you tell the people that, if they've been following us on IG, if they've been following us on our Facebook like page, if they've been following the YouTube channel, we have videos of people letting know what love is. Because you, once again, let them know where to send those videos, that if they would like to have those videos posted or any of our social media outlets, and the criteria for those videos as well, please.
Yes. So we need over 1 minute. So literally 1 minute and 5 seconds, 1 minute and 10, however you do it, but it has to be longer than a minute. Video of what love is to you, shot landscape, not vertical. So if you need to know what horizontal is, think about how the sun rises, the horizon. There you go. That's how you do that. And send it to askdk@nlpublishingservices.com. That is ENEL publishingservices.com.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Get those videos in, man. We want to hear your take on love. And plus, by you, we want to look at this podcast as a movement, right? We want to get this conversation going about love. I said it in the first podcast. I will reiterate it here. I think love is the known but little used secret sauce to everything in life. I just honestly believe that. I think you mix love with anything, you'll get everything that you want out of life. But the thing is, you have to apply that. So with that being said, the Love Jones of the day, like it's tough to be honest. It's tough. We do a lot of things not to be just honest. Like we think that, it's easier to spare somebody and spare their feelings. And, by sparing their feelings and whatnot, we're doing them a great service when in all honesty, we're not. I want everybody that can hear my voice too. And that's in a relationship. I got this thing. I turned 50 this past November, and that's been my excuse to speak my mind, right? That's been like, don't get me wrong, I'm not disrespectful. I don't go around I may talk crazy, may have fun, yada, 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 whatever. I'm not disrespectful, but I'm blaming my age on speaking my mind. And I think that we all need to just, speak our mind. Like, just be honest where we at and wherever we at in life. Like, just take it. It's going to be uncomfortable for some people to hear you say exactly what's on your mind, because they may be used to you, pussyfooting around or sugarcoating some shit, right? No. From this point on, make yourself a promise. If you love you as much as you should be loving you, make yourself the ultimate promise. You say, you know what? I'm going to call a spade a spade. And if people feel a certain way by me saying what needs to be said, then so be it. If I'm in a relationship and I'm not being loved the way that I deserve to be loved, like, you don't gotta fight fire with fire. You just fix a cup of coffee, get a slice of lemon pound cake, and have an honest conversation. Like the lady that this podcast is about, we applaud her because she was honest. And I think we all need to take a page out of her book and just have honest conversation. The beauty of having an honest conversation is a couple of things. We usually converse to when you're going back and forth, like point, counterpoint, point, counterpoint. Somebody's trying to win. And when both parties are trying to win, both of y'all lose. Because you're conversing to out-argue the other person when you should be conversing for understanding. That's the main thing. So she was smart enough to have the conversation or the text message, or however she wanted to lay the cards down on the table. She had this conversation so he would understand her position. She wasn't trying to sugarcoat and save his feelings, and then both of them a couple of years later landed with regret. She wasn't trying to do that. She had a conversation for understanding. So forget doing me a favor. Do yourself a favor. From here on out, for the rest of your life, converse for understanding. Don't converse to win an argument. Don't converse to be the bigger. Don't converse because you want to use these big. Converse for understanding. And if they choose still not to understand when you're conversing to be understood, Stop talking and walk away. They ain't meant for you anyway.
Amen and amen. Well, that is it. That is all. That is Karen KK Rose signing off. Mr. DK Walker, tell the people bye.
Bye, people.
Bye. Till next time, we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
This episode of the Love Is podcast has ended, but please be sure to subscribe for more great content on sex, entrepreneurship, life, love, and how to get through the BS of it all. And don't forget to rate and leave a review so we can continue to bring more of that thorny chick, Karen KK Rose, and, dare I say, the lovable a-hole, Mr. DK Walker. See you on the next podcast.